All right, gentlemen. Um, I hope you had a good spring break. I hope you're enjoying your a little time home. I know these are very unusual circumstances, but as you know, we do have to get back into some kind of rhythm. Um, so I'm going to start off with the topic today of addition and subtraction of matrices. So matrices is something we haven't looked at, but you will be looking at it a lot in pre-calculus, and it's very helpful into solving systems of equations and stuff like that. Um, so let's get right to it. Um, the first thing we gotta know is what is a matrix. So a matrix. All right. So here's the definition: a rectangular array of elements. And this is going to be really nice doing it like this, because you would be able to go back if you didn't hear something or you need to explain again. You'll be able to come back. I'm going to be using this more often. I'm going to be uploading this instead of just the notes, because it's going to be really helpful if you're absent in my class, just to let you know. Next, elements. We need to know what an element is. It is a value in the array of values arranged in rows and columns. It's written as m by n. All right, that x is not an x, that is a multiplication. So you say m by n, not m times n, that's a by. All right, so that's the next thing we're going to talk. So m by n, it is, so the m are the rows and n are the columns. Okay, so you got to think the rows are horizontal. Okay, so these are the horizontal, and then these are vertical. All right, so you're gonna read it as row by column. All right, so for example, I know we write better with example. Math is more about examples than it is about vocabulary, so I'm gonna show you what I mean by this. So find values of x, of x and y for which the matrix is true. All right, so I have this right here, these square brackets. I have y and x equals another matrix. Oh, I should probably erase this and I'll close it right now. I have 2x minus 6, and I have 2y. Okay, so this probably does not look anything like we've done before, but it's going to be pretty simple. All you have to do is the dimensions match. This is a 2 by 1 and this is a 2 by 1 as well, because I have 2 rows and 1 column, right? So over here I have 2 rows and I have 1 column. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this y equals to this and this x equal to that. So I'm going to rewrite it back into different equation. All right, so I'm going to have, so for the blue arrow, right, I have y is equal to 2x minus 6. All right, and then for the next one, I have x is equal to 2y. All right, so then all I have to do is solve for my variables. How am I going to do that? All right, well, I'm going to use substitution. So use substitution. Okay, How am I going to do that? Well, I have this right here, this x equals 2y, right? It's already simple, so I'm going to plug it in right there into my x. So what I'm going to have is y is equal to 2 times 2y, right? Because my x is equal to 2y minus 6. So then I keep on going. I have y is equal to 4y minus 6, right? And then what? So then what I do is I subtract my y over here, minus y, and I'm left with 0 is equal to 3y minus 6. Then I'm going to get rid of my 6. I'm going to do plus 6 plus 6. 6 is equal to 3y. And then last but not least, I'm going to divide by 3. So then I get 2 is equal to y. Alright, so then I'm going to plug this into that equation. Or either or. You can plug it in there or here. So then I get x is equal to 2y, right? So then I have x is equal to 2 times 2. So then I get x is equal to 4. And that's all I have to do. It's just a little of elimination and substitution. All right, so let's do another example. So the next one I have, example, I have y, and I have y minus 3 is equal to 4x, and I have 2x plus 1. Alright, so this one's going to go with this one because the dimensions are the same. Okay, so then I'm going to rewrite this as, I'm going to change the code in this one. So then I'm going to do my red. So I have y is equal to 4x, and then I have y minus 3 is equal to 2x plus 1. Alright, so we can either use, we're probably going to either use substitution. So the first thing I have to do is I have to realize that I have there's two numbers here, okay, and I want to put them together, right? So I'm going to get rid of that first. So I'm going to add plus 3, because what I do to one side, I do to the other. So y is equal to 2x plus 4. Alright, so then, what am I going to do? I'm going to set them equal to each other, right? Because y's, right? These are my y's. So my y here and my y here. So what I'm going to do is 4x. No. 4x is equal to 2x plus 4. Alright? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract minus 2x minus 2x. So then I get 2x is equal to 4. Divide by 2. So x is equal to 2. Alright. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into one of the equations. So then I have y is equal to 2x plus 4. So then y is equal to 2 times 2 plus 4. So y is equal to 4 plus 4, which y is equal to 8. And that's it. All right. So it's pretty simple, just solving that. Now, here we go. Now we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing the addition of matrices. Okay. So something that you need to know. The sum of matrices A plus B exists only the dimensions of the two matrices are the same. Okay, so that means that dimensions have to be the same, so you have to have the same amount of rows and the same amount of columns. All right, next. Oh, that's the most important thing you need to know. I'll show you, instead of words, I'll show you with examples. All right, so for example, a plus b, find a plus b. Find a plus b if a is equal to -2, 0, 1, 0, 5, -8. And b is equal to -6, 7, -1, 4, 3, and 10. Okay, so one thing we got to check is if the dimensions that this is a 2-row, right? This is a 2 by 3, and this is a 2 by 3. So the dimensions match, so you can add them. All right, so this is what you're gonna do. This is the easiest thing you're gonna do. A plus b is equal to, you're gonna match each placement with each placement. Okay, so what I mean by this is you gotta look at them, so this is what they gotta match, right? So the top left corner is gonna go with the top left corner, the middle top is gonna go with the middle top, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna have -2, right, plus -6, because this is what I have right here, this one and this one. All right, then the next one is gonna be 0 plus 7, right, because it's this one and this one. And then I'm going to use the next one's going to be this one and this one, so I'm going to have 1 plus -1, and then I'm going to have this one and this one, so I'm going to have 0 plus 4, and then I'm going to have this one and this one, so I'm going to have 5 plus 3, and I'm going to have the last one, -8 and 10, so I'm going to have -8 plus 10. So then you're going to get this dimension. It's going to be, you should get a 2 by 3 as well. So it's going to be -8, because -2 minus 6 is -8. Then I'm going to have 7. Then I'm going to have what? 0. And then I'm going to have 4. And then I'm going to have 8. And then I'm going to have 2. All right? And that's it. That's all you have to do. This is your answer. All right? So the same thing we're going to do with subtraction. All right? So let's do another example though. So if I have, so find a plus b if a is equal to -7, 4, 5, 0, 3, -1. Then you have b. Then you have b is equal to 6, 10, 8, -9, -2, and 5. I'm going to be doing the same thing. All right. So a plus b is equal to -7 plus 6. First of all, let's look at the dimensions. This is a 3 by 2, and this is a 3 by 2. So you can do it. They have the same dimensions, so you're going to be able to do it. In case they don't match, you just write not possible. Okay, that's the answer you're going to be able to. So if the dimensions don't match up, all you have to write is the dimensions don't match or not possible. All right. So -6 plus 6, -7 plus 6. Then you'll have 4 plus 10. Then I'm going to have 5 plus 8, and I'm going to have 0 plus -9. Then I'll have 3 plus -2, and then I'm going to have negative 1 plus 5. So my answer should be negative 1, 14, 13, negative 9, negative 2, and 5. Wait, no, I'm adding wrong. Negative 9, negative, wow, I was looking at the wrong thing. 1 and 4. My bad. Alright, so it's going to be the same thing with subtraction. Alright, so subtraction. Alright, so if I look at this, so example, find C minus D if C is equal to 9, 4, negative 1, 3, 0, negative 4, and D is equal to 8, negative 2, negative 6, 1, 5, and negative 5. Alright, so all I have to do is do it again. So C minus D is equal to 9 minus 8, right? Then I have, again, this is a 3 by 2, it's a 3 by 2, so it checks. It's the same thing. For addition and subtraction, the dimensions have to be exactly the same. Alright, so here we go. This is 3 by 2, 3 by 2, so you know you can do it. So 9 minus 8, 4 minus negative 2. Then I have negative 1 minus negative 6. Then I have 3 minus 1. Then I have 0 minus what? 5. Then I have negative 4 minus negative 5. Alright, so remember, a minus and a minus turns into a positive, so 9 minus 8, that's just 1. 4 minus 2, that turns into a positive 2, so 4, right, plus 2, so that's going to be equal to 6. Alright, so the negative 1 minus 6, that's just negative 1 plus 6, so that means it's going to be 5. And then 3 minus 1 is just 2. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. And negative 4 minus 5, that means negative 4 plus 5, so that's just going to be 1. Okay, so that's it. Alright, it's the same thing for addition and subtraction. So one more example for subtraction, and then we're done. So example, find S minus T if S equals 2 minus 1, 3, negative 4, negative 2, negative 8. T is equal to negative 5 minus 4. This is just going to be 1. Where is it? 1. This is 7, negative 8, and 4. So S minus T is going to be, so let's look at the dimensions. This is a 2 by 3, and this is a 2 by 3. So they match, right? Because there's 2 rows and 3 columns on each. So let's do it just more down. So S minus T is equal to 2 minus negative 5, and I have negative 4 minus negative 7 minus 7. Then I have negative 1 minus negative 4. Then I have negative 2 minus negative 8. And then I have 3 minus 1. And then the last one I have negative 8 minus 4. So this is just going to be equal to 2 minus 5, so it's 2 plus 5. This is going to be 7, right? Because a negative and a negative. Then negative 1 minus negative 4, that's negative 1 plus 4, so it's just going to be 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. And then negative 4 minus 7 is negative 11. Then negative 2 minus negative 8, that's negative 2 plus 8, so this just becomes 6. And negative 8 minus 4 is just negative 12. All right, boys, I know it's quite some notes, lots of examples, but this is pretty easy. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me, or you can just look back. I'm here to help you. Have a good one, boys.